This is Texas Tiger Diggs, and I want to create a quick video here. I think I've said this before. If I haven't said it before, I've put out a lot of videos, so sometimes things sort of get foggy. This is how I differentiate the Safari from the Etrac and then on up the line from the CTX 3030. The Safari is a tone machine with numbers. Etrac is a number machine with tones. And that really doesn't make sense till you look at it this way. All of the information that you see with the Etrac and the Explorer, and with the CTX 3030 as well, you know, within the bounds of limits, is being transmitted from the Safari, but Safari is not showing it. It's because Safari is a lower end machine than the Etrac by $500 and by the you know, $1,500 to the CTX 3030. And the engineers had to create a way to differentiate at this time when Safari was created. You had to separate the Safari from the Explorer and you know, later the Etrac. So what we've got here is a machine that, let me switch this thing on. I'm not gonna do any, well, I might try to noise cancel. Let's turn it on. I'm not going to do noise canceling if I don't have to. I'm inside, so it's not like a lot of things are going to change. It's not that noisy. So basically what I've got here is, let's just take a quarter here. Now there are two kinds. I'll move it up to coin. Coin could be either coin or coin jewelry in this case. But on this side is all conductive. So when you use coin and jewelry, you're doing conductive, which is what 99% of all detectors use. If you go over here to relic, you're going ferrous. Well, so you're telling the ferrous content of the target. Now the thing is very simple in that, watch when I do this. I'm going to take a clad quarter and wave it in front of this thing in conductive mode. It's 38, 39. You know, usually 38, 39 is where it is. Now I'm going to go over to the relic mode, which is the ferrous. Now the tones will change. Here we go. If you notice, the tone changed, so you can tell it's reading something else, but the numbers didn't. I'm not sure how they map this. Let me do one more test here. I'm going to take this is a Wheatie, you know, or copper penny. Either one would have done the same thing. I'm going to wave it in front. Now I'm 37, that time I'm in ferrous, and now let me go to the more common conductive. See, the number stays the same. See, the people who created the Safari knew they had to differentiate it from the Explorer at the time and the Etrac shortly thereafter or concurrently. So what they did was they mapped the numbers, so whatever mode you in, the numbers are exactly the same. So a quarter in conductive and a quarter in ferrous would be the same. They couldn't make a differentiation because then all you would need to do is go over a target, get the conductive, which would probably be the one you would get first, and then get the ferrous, and you would have two separate numbers. And it wouldn't take long for a smart detectorist or a smart group of detectorists to figure out how to use that to specify what they're digging. That would have made the Explorer and the Etrac basically optional. The Etrac has a lot more than that, but that's basically, so let's just cut it down to its bare bones. So, see, that's what you get with that. So now the only way you can overcome that is this. You have to use tones. Now I've got two quarters here. This one, which is a silver quarter from a commemorative set. It's in the 2000s, but it's one of those proof sets, so it is silver. And then we have a standard clad coin. Now I'm in conductive mode now, so they should be very close to the same number within a certain range. Here we go, the clad quarter. 38. Now the silver quarter. Exactly 38. So you got the same sound and you got the same numbers in conductive mode. Now let me go with the ferrous. Now this is what is driving me nuts. Ferrous is giving all the data that it needs for you to differentiate after you get the basic category from the conductive side, to differentiate to give you more of a chance to get a specific reading on what the coin is. So let me go over here to ferrous. I'm in the relic mode, so that'll take me to ferrous. Now, when I wave it in, I'm going to do first the clad quarter, and we'll listen to the sounds now. I'm not sure the sounds are going to differentiate on the speaker on this camera. It's not the best speaker in the world. No camera has the best speaker in the world, at least built into the camera itself. So here I go. I'm going with this. So that's the clad quarter, 38. Now here's the silver quarter. Now the number shouldn't change. Let's see if the sound changes. Did you hear that? There's a subtle change here. Let me take the clad quarter back. I'm in ferrous mode now, and we're just comparing it to the previous sound I just had. That sounds a little bit flatter. Than the sharp signal from the silver quarter, but it's very subtle. And for a guy who is not quite tone deaf, but definitely not a musician, I don't know if I'm going to be able to separate those targets sufficiently for me to make a decision on whether or not to dig. So basically, now I have heard of people who are able to differentiate to some degree. So maybe they can differentiate, so maybe they don't dig quite as many pull tabs to gold ratio as the rest of us who don't have this dual way of identifying, targets than we do. So maybe they might be able to be a little bit better at it than us. So maybe they'll dig 80 or 90 or 110 pull tabs to one gold ring to our 150 to 200 pull tabs to a gold ring. That's just an arbitrary number I came out with the top of my head. There's no indication, and there's no statistics that say either one of those is right. I'm just saying it might lower their junk to treasure ratio to some small degree. So let me take I'm gonna do the I'm gonna stick it in ferrous. I'm still in ferrous now. I'm gonna do a copper. Then I know this is copper, but this is a wheatie penny. Okay, and I know this is a clad. I know this is what they call a clad. It's a zinc because it's a shield penny. See, there is a difference between those two, but then that's the difference between zinc and copper. Now let me go over here and use something that might be closer. Let me take a clad dime and the copper or wheatie. Now these should be closer to the same conductive range, but we're not in conductive now. We're in ferrous. Okay, that is the wheatie. 37. Now this is the clad dime. I'm hearing a different sound behind that, but it's very subtle. See, and guys, I'm not going to be able to differentiate those. If you people who have perfect pitch, or you people who are musicians, might be able to differentiate those tones better. And you gotta look at the fact right now, I'm going through a very, very low cost integrated speaker in my camera. So that's basically all I've got to say. And another reason, and I also figure out the reason that people upgrade from the Safari. It's not going to be a reason for me to upgrade, but the reason people upgrade, I went back to Conductive, the reason people upgrade to Safari is this. These numbers, 37, 38, and 39. 40 is at the outer edge of this, but 37, 38, and 39. You can with the Etrac, and I guess with the CTX 3030 as well, although I heard some people who use the CTX 3030 say it's a little bit weirder. You can differentiate some cases a dime from a copper penny. Not all the time, but with some realm of accuracy, you know, that makes it vaguely reasonable. And you can differentiate to some degree clad quarters from silver quarters to a very, very, very minor degree with the Etrac. The Safari will drive you nuts because you will find a quarter at 37, you will find a quarter at 38, and you will find a quarter at 39, and you also might find a copper penny in either one of those three numbers. Now, the thing is, when you're digging, the disappointment is not in getting trash. Disappointment is thinking you're getting a quarter and then you're getting a copper penny or a dime. And I think that will eventually erode people's confidence in the machine. Not that they're not finding anything, but erode their confidence. They'll say, oh, what the heck, let me get this Etrac and then maybe I'll know what I'm digging. Not that they're not going to dig it all. They just would not like to be disappointed so regularly about what they find. In any case, that's all I've got, and I'll be back with you soon. And I've got over here, you know, I keep my little red handkerchief over here just in case I was going to put a different shot, and it's covering, I don't need it here since it's a different camera angle. It's covering 4 days of digs, about 4.5 hours, 4 to 4.5 hours, a couple of more hours of actual dig time, and I will do my roundup. Nothing spectacular so far, so hopefully prior to the weekend, and this will be Wednesday tomorrow, I will come out with a roundup and hopefully a little video. We'll see what I get. I always have a couple of credential digs, even if I don't find anything spectacular. Anyway, I will see you later, and you have a wonderful day. And sorry for the long-winded video as usual. You have a good day, and I will catch you next time.